Hello and welcome to Alula's webinar. Today we're talking about AlulaConnect, the new partner portal that streamlines your customer experience. My name is Kevin Hoffman and I'm the Content Marketing Manager for Alula, and I'll be your host for this webinar. On the agenda, we're going to cover a number of topics today. First, we'll look at why you want to use AlulaConnect. We'll talk about getting started with AlulaConnect. We'll show you how to create a new customer account, how to manage user access. We'll get an overview of the device management dashboard, and we're going to save plenty of time at the end for all of your questions. But first, I want to introduce you to our presenter today. Her name is Kelly Falls, and she is the Customer Success Manager for Alula. She's been with the company for more than 3 years and has more than 10 years in customer support. She has a marketing degree from Sam Houston State University and is our leading expert on AlulaConnect. Welcome to the webinar, Kelly.
Thank you, Kevin. Happy to be here.
Now, before we get started with AlulaConnect, let's just remind people at home who Alula is and where we come from.
Absolutely. So in 2017, IP Datatel and Resolution Products became one. So with that combined company, we come with 12 years of trusted and reliable security hardware and platform innovation. So for those of you who are unaware, on the resolution side, we came with the first wireless alarm panel. And from the IP Datatel side, we came with the first IP-based alarm communication networks. I actually come from the IP Datatel side of the world, so I'm very familiar with our back communicators along with our Connect Plus panel. And in addition to that, our company provides a variety of compatible sensors, translators, and even our new product, which is both our Connect Plus and our back products combined, along with some of the IGMs into our back Connect. Very exciting things. If you are unfamiliar, please go on our website at alula.net and check out all of the offerings that we provide.
And we've got a Back Connect webinar that's also available there if you want to know more about that product. Along with Back Connect, we launched our new partner portal, AlulaConnect. Those of you who are already Alula partners, you're used to using alarmdealer.com, and that will still be available to you. But we've launched a new partner portal with even more capabilities to make it even easier for you to do business. Kelly, why don't you talk a little bit about some of the advantages that AlulaConnect offers?
Absolutely. AlulaConnect is very exciting. It's been a long time coming. So with AlulaConnect, it's going to be very seamless, and it really streamlines that workflow process that we've all kind of really need and can utilize. So whether you're using a laptop, an iPad, a cell phone, our portal is going to responsively design, kind of just automatically and adjust to that for you. So if you're on site with a customer, you can use it on your cell phone, make those adjustments that are going to be instant. If you're using it on the web portal for accounts or even just trying to diagnose what's happening with your panel or your communicators, you're going to get a real easily navigation through it and just kind of really seamless process in that.
So let's walk through that navigation. It gets started on the sign-up page, or the sign-in page, I should say.
Yep, so if you're an existing customer, you're just going to use the username and password that you've always used. If you're a new customer and you don't know your username and password, just reach out to your sales representative. They'll be able to provide that for you.
And so once you sign in, you're going to get access to the user account landing page?
Exactly. So once you log in, the first page that you come to is going to be your user accounts. So on the left-hand side, you'll have the username that's been created for your customer, their first and last name, their email, and then the date that you created the account. Now, in addition to what has been there in the past, that's technicians, admins, and users, you're also going to see sub-users. These are going to be additional users that are associated with those main user accounts, and we'll get into that a little bit later.
And that gets us here.
Absolutely. So under the Create Customer section, you're going to hit all of the ampersand sign, the star sign, for your required fields. as normal, you're going to need a username, first name, last name, email. Your time zone is required, along with a password that's duplicated, and then your primary phone number and the type of phone that it is. Do keep in mind that the username is based upon our entire database, so it does need to be something unique. If the customer name might be something such as John Smith, maybe you might want to add a 1 or a 2 at the end of that.
You mentioned adding sub-users, so that's what we do here?
Yep, so after you create the account, it's going to take you into the option of creating a sub-user. Your sub-users are going to be anybody who is an additional user on the account. So this is your mom, dad, spouse, children, anybody that you want to have access to this account. You'll create them here. Still encourage your customers to do it through the Alula app. However, you can definitely do it here on the portal. So to do that, you're simply going to hit Add Sub-User, and then you're going to go through the same process as you would as adding a main user. So as you can see,
I guess that looks like this.
Exactly. The username, first name, last name, everything that was required on the previous page is still going to be required here.
So you can also view and add account devices.
Yep. So right now what we're looking at on the screenshot is all of the devices that have been added to this particular user. So here you're going to see what might be online. If you want to remove these devices from this account, you can do so. And then in addition to that, you can also add a device, whether it be a new account or if you're wanting to add on to an existing user.
Moving left to right across those tabs, we get to the Features tab.
Yep, so once you've added your device by either putting in the MAC address in CRC or choosing from an existing list, you come to the Features. So up top is just where you're going to want to maybe limit what your customer can view or do through the app or through the website. But the main focus is going to be at the bottom, those video service settings. If you choose to use our video offering, here's where you're going to set those camera limitations. So unless you set these limitations, you're not going to be able to add any devices through the app. So here's where you're going to put either 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 cameras. However many cameras you want to add to the account is where you're going to put here. And then those clip limitations, so whether it be 1,000 clips or a 4,000 clip offering.
And that's so that the end customer can't add the camera themselves. They can't just buy something from Amazon and put it online. It ultimately
Correct.
is the security professional that's in control of this account.
Absolutely. We want to ensure that you get your RMR and that your customer is not being able to do that secretively.
So we also have the ability to manage user access.
Yes. So when you add additional users, sometimes you don't want those users to be able to view or even access certain panels. So for example, maybe your children, right? You want your children to be able to access your home, but you don't want them to be able to access the camera in the house or maybe the vacation home or even the business. So here in the top right, you have a little drop down where you can choose the additional user that you have, and then from there go ahead and grant them by enabling them that access or removing that access. So on here you can see this person has access to the panel, but they don't have access to the camera.
That makes sense. And then this is how you would search for a device in your account?
Correct. So this is your device list. So these are all of the things that are registered to your dealer portal. You can see the MAC address listed on the left, the type of product it is, whether or not the device is online, the friendly name that you provided, who the account belongs to, and then the central station account number. So we're going to go ahead and go into one of our Connect Plus accounts so that we can give you that overview, and then we'll go into a BAT and then our BAT Connect as well.
So here's that Connect Plus account you referenced.
Correct. So here you're going to come to we'll go over the first 3 tabs are going to be consistent throughout the devices. So no matter what device you're in, you're always going to see the profile, the preferences, and the event log. So under the profile section, here's where you can give a name to that device. This is going to reflect on our app. If you have a receiver group or if you have a receiver number, it will be listed there, your central account number. For Connect Pluses, we want to make sure that we're checking off that override panel account box. And then if the device is located anywhere else outside of where the customer is, you can add that location there. Now I do want to point out quickly on the right-hand side, you see where it says Kelly Falls. This is a connection to the customer account. So this is going to help you quickly toggle between those two, again streamlining that workflow process for you.
Now we're looking at the preferences.
Yep, so under preferences, here's where you're going to be able to set those notifications. So does your customer want to get an email notification or maybe a push notification that's going to be connected to the app, identifying whether or not there's an alarm, an open and close, a trouble condition, and so forth. Also, your check-in time with the panel, by default it's set to 4 hours. And then if you want to block any of those opening and closings going to your central station.
And why would someone want to do that?
Yep, so sometimes your customers want to be notified of whether or not they're arming and disarming their system, but it's not a crucial event that needs to be recorded or forwarded to the central station. So that's why we offer that, is so that you can keep track of that without having to actually get it to that monitoring station and add to that record.
Yeah, and some of those monitoring stations actually charge for that, and so that might be a reason why you might not want to have that toggled on.
Yes, correct. Some central stations do charge for every signal that they receive.
So let's look at this event log.
Yep, so the event log is still going to be standard from what you're used to. You've got your signal type, so what is occurring, the date, the timestamp, even down to the second. The type that it is here, you see 1s and 3s. 1s are going to be the event. 3s are going to be those restorals. Whether or not it was on a partition, what zone number, and then if you have an alias, it'll be on there. So you can see my first couple of 1s. My user, Kelly Falls, is the one that armed and disarmed the system. The relay status is whether or not it was relayed properly to the central station. Usually if you have a central station plugged in, you'll see relay complete. If it's an opening and closing that you have set to block, you'll see suppressed. All of these definitions are listed down below. I just didn't get that screen capture here.
Sounds easy enough. So why don't you walk me through this device management dashboard?
Yep, so here's the fun part. This is on the Connect Plus. Because it is our panel, we're able to give you a glimpse into exactly what's happening with your system. So right now you can see down below I've got a mobile device trouble. If there were other things going on, you would see it highlighted in red, letting you know that this needs immediate attention. Kind of up top here, I can tell in the outside of the name that I've given an example, I'm currently on LTE. If it was Ethernet, it would show Ethernet, so you know exactly how it's reporting. And then you have the MAC address. And if there's any cards that are selected inside, you'll see. So I have a fully loaded panel right here that we're looking at. So it really helps give you an idea as to what's happening with the panel to kind of help prevent those truck rolls.
Always want to prevent truck rolls. So let's look at these device management settings.
Yep, so under the panel settings, you're going to have all of the settings in one. So up top here, you're seeing those entry-exit delays, your reporting delays, trouble suppressions. In case you're unaware, our Connect Plus automatically suppresses trouble beats from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. This is customizable. And then on the next slide here, you're going to see just kind of as you scroll down all your different panel settings. So this is going to be your auto force arm, chime settings, which is kind of down below, just everything that you're wanting to do to customize that panel for you.
And to your point about eliminating truck rolls, this is all stuff that you can do remotely so that you don't actually have to go on site to make these changes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Even if you're on vacation and your customer calls, you can pull it up on your app because we are app friendly and to be able to make those change instantly for your customers.
Yeah, so I guess you could work on the beach if you want to.
Not saying that I haven't done that, but yes, you can.
So we're really big on communications paths here. So this slide will show you, well, why don't you tell me, Kelly, what is this showing me?
Yep, so the first part is going to let you know our heartbeat and our check-in times panel. But mainly on this page, what you're looking to do is either adjust that auto comm test to your central station or supervise those slots for you, whether it be Ethernet, your cell. If you have our wireless-to-wireless translator, here's where you're going to set that protocol. So you can see in the bottom right-hand side, I've actually chosen Honeywell so that I'm able to walk into an existing home with the wireless Honeywell sensors and take over those into our panel.
You mentioned sensors. This is a view of the sensors within AlulaConnect.
Yep, so this is a list of all your different sensors, the zones that they're on. What has been added here that's an amazing feature is the signal strength levels. So you can see kind of on the right-hand side exactly what that signal strength is of that contact. So for our product, you're looking at least 20 or above. So if you're having problems with a particular contact, you can take a look here and see if maybe it's teetering on that signal level for you to be able to maybe relocate that panel. So if you actually click on one of the sensors here, here's where you kind of get into being able to do additional things with that contact. So you can see on the information section, I can edit the name or the reporting code. Your status is just going to tell you exactly what's happening with that panel, if there's any trouble, with that sensor, if there's any troubles. And then your zone option. So this is going to be your auto bypasses, if you want to turn the chime on or off for opening and closing, if you want to make it a cross zoning. In addition to that, you can change the entry-exit delay time, either no delay, your standard or long, your siren types, your zone input index. So there's a lot of things that you can adjust here per zone. Your zone active arming levels, again, you can also adjust as well. Here are your
take care of the sirens.
Yep, your sirens. Just kind of giving you an overview of what these different tabs are going to do for you. The next one is going to be our keypads as well. Just giving you the option to either name those keypads or take a look and see what their current active status is.
So now panel user management.
Yes, so panel user management, this is going to be all of your users and additional users. So as you can see, I've got my primary user up top and then all of my additional users down below. In the top right, I can change that duress code or what people are used to as the stick up or hold 'em code, same thing. If you click on the user itself, here's where you can make any changes that you'd like in terms of permissions. So you can edit the PIN code for the panel here. Obviously for security purposes, we're not going to display the existing, but you can change it and to what they think it is or what they want it to be. The authority levels. So the best case on this one is maybe you have a kid that you want to disable that bypass zone access so that they can't arm the system with, say, their window open. And then the allowed arming levels. So it's going to be what you want them to be able to arm it to. Maybe you only want them to arm it in stay or away, or maybe just be able to disarm. So here's where you can kind of really dig deep into what you want that user to be able to do.
You mentioned this works with both Connect Plus and Back Connect, so why don't you talk to us about how it works with Takeovers?
Yep, so this is our this is a Bad LTE product that we're looking at here. Same concept under profile, preferences, and event log. You're going to give it a name, your central station information, your user and zone aliases. So if you have a particular zone you want to name and have it come through on the event log or on the notifications, it'll show here. But your virtual keypad is going to work right off the bat on the AlulaConnect. So if you have a fully supported panel, this one is a Honeywell, you can still come in here, arm it, disarm it, use the code to get into programming remotely. So that it is active and ready to go here on the AlulaConnect platform.
And now we're looking at a back connect.
Ooh, yes, very exciting. So as we stated, the first three options here are available. Virtual keypad is coming shortly, but your overview, what we're looking at, mainly at the top portion, you can see exactly how it's communicating, what type of panel it's connected to. So we're connected to a Honeywell. And then down below, you're going to get some awesome options as to what's happening with the panel. So for example, this panel is currently has a cover tamper. You've got, you are connected to the panel, and there is currently a low battery. So things that are happening within it is going to display down here. You're also going to see what's supervised kind of up top here, the supervision status of the Ethernet, the Wi-Fi, cellular, and so forth. So just kind of really cool to have that a little bit of additional insight.
Definitely cool. What are the panel settings that we're looking at here?
Yep, so you can see the difference from our panel settings on the Connect Plus to the panel settings here. Because it's not our panel, it is a little bit limited, but you're still able to change some of those reporting codes remotely. That is going to update in the panel itself. If you wanted to monitor that cover tamper, just kind of some settings that you guys are able to modify here remotely.
And this is that communications path that we looked at earlier as well, huh?
Yep, so here if you want to monitor that Wi-Fi, if the Wi-Fi goes down or if the Ethernet goes down and you want to be notified, it'll come up here. So really cool, being able to ensure that you're getting that ASAP.
And this is where you would manage devices?
Yep, so here is where you're actually going to be able to see all the zones that are in the panel. So you'll see on here you see zone 1, 2, 7, and 8. You can go ahead and give it a name, and this will reflect through the notifications and through the event log because we're changing it here on our platform. Users, again, are going to be the same across the board as you've have seen on the other ones in terms of your PIN codes to be able to access. It'll automatically update it. We like to say that across the board we are a neat company. So we own the network, we own the equipment, we own the app, and we own the technology. The AlulaConnect just helps really solidify that.
Thank you, Kelly. That's a great overview. I'm sure everyone at home learned a lot, but we've just scratched the surface. I'm sure there's some questions out there. Kelly, are you able to hang out for a few minutes and answer questions from our customers?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to.
Great. Thanks, everybody, for joining us today for the AlulaConnect conference call. We've got a few questions that we're going to go through here. Kelly, you with me?
I am.
All right, let's take it from the top. Question from Nikki. Will alarmdealer.com redirect me to AlulaConnect.com?
It will. Even if you log into Alarm Dealer, you're going to have a banner on each tab that you go to giving you that option to go to AlulaConnect. So yes, it will.
Great. John has a question. Do I need to move all of my accounts from Alarm Dealer into AlulaConnect?
No. So AlulaConnect is live. It's getting the same information as Alarm Dealer. So both are existing. Nothing needs to be transferred. Same username, same password. Any changes made on one will reflect on the other.
Great. During the presentation, Dwayne had a question on one of our slides. Does the homeowner have this view if they want? So maybe you could talk a little bit about a user, whether they're able to get into it and what it looks like to them.
Right. So end of Q3, early Q4, we'll have the end user logins for the AlulaConnect portion, and that's going to be a modified view, just the same as it is today on alarmdealer.com. You're only able to view the virtual keypad if you have a BAT product. In terms of the notifications, that was under one of the sections for your customer preferences. You can either hide or allow them to see that, and they can adjust that. And then they can view their event log as well and their personal information. So it's kind of customized per account as to what they can view, but it's not as extensive as what you can see, and there's no access into the controls of the panel.
Okay, Phil has a question. You touched on this. Do we still use Alarm Dealer as well as AlulaConnect? Maybe you could talk a little bit about when we expect everything to go through AlulaConnect.
I do not have exact dates because they're engineering, still working on things. But like I said, end user access for the portal is going to be into Q3, early Q4. That's also going to come with viewing cameras as well through the web portal. You will have, I believe, technician account logins are here in the next week or so. In terms of central station, it's going to be a little bit further down. So stay tuned. We'll have those to you guys as soon as possible.
Kelly, you just mentioned viewing cameras through the web portal. I'm kind of curious about that myself. What's that going to actually look like, and what kind of capabilities is that going to give to our partners?
Yeah, so same thing that you view in your app, you're going to be able to reflect on the web portal as well. So that way, if a customer maybe is at work and has their laptop and wants to check in on things, they're going to be able to view those cameras through the web portal instead of having to open the app and view it there.
Oh, that's cool. Speaking of cameras, Sunil has a question. How do you add an IP camera via IP address? Is it possible?
So our cameras are actually added through the app on site. So it does connect to the customer's Wi-Fi that's in the house. You don't have to have any sort of panel on the account, so you can do standalone cameras. And for that reason, it's not added through the web portal. It's done through the end user app.
Got it. Larry has a question about international distribution. He asks, can your panels be used in the UK and the Philippines?
Absolutely. So our panels are IP-based with a cell option. Our cell is Verizon or AT&T, so we can definitely get you taken care of.
Got it. Okay. We had another question. It is, let's see, let me just get this open. Alrighty. Will I still be able to access and upload capabilities to my Honeywell and DSC panels, formerly known as uDownloader?
Yep, so uDownloader is going to be supported here. That's another feature that is being worked on for the AlulaConnect. So we should have that to you in the next coming months. I know it's currently being tested at the moment. So unfortunately, I don't have a date, but we will have that by end of year for you.
Okay. Larry asks, who would be my Alula contact? I am located in Southern California. You don't happen to know that off the top of your head, Kelly, do you?
So for Southern California, that's going to be our sales rep, Deanna. If you'd like, you can go ahead and send an email to sales@alula.net, and we can get you taken care of. We also have our inside sales reps can kind of also help you out and get you pointed in the right direction. So you can give us a call at 1-888-88-ALULA. So that's 1-888-88-25852. and get you directed to the proper person to get you taken care of.
And it sounds like that person is Deanna Blair. So her email address is deanna.blair@alula.net. That's Deanna Blair. But as Kelly mentioned, if you just get in touch with us, we'll make sure to steer you to her. Let's get back to questions on AlulaConnect. Stan asks, can I register multiple Mac IDs at once?
Yes, absolutely. So when you are adding devices to an account, once you add the first one, it's going to give you the option to keep adding it. Even if you added a device and you want to add one in another week or two, you're just going to go back into the existing account and just click on Add Device and put in that Mac and CRC. Very easy. You don't even have to leave the page when you're adding multiple devices to one account. Great question.
Question comes from Aaron, someone who's clearly using our portal already. Asks, will my logo transfer over to the new portal? So this is the ability to upload your logo directly into our partner portal. Does that happen automatically, or is that something you're going to have to re-upload?
It should happen automatically. At the moment, it's going to be a little small, but they're expanding that, and that'll come with the end user capability at the end of Q3, early Q4.
Okay. Robert has a question. This is about our responsive design and the ability to use it on site on either a tablet or a cell phone. Robert asks, I'd like to understand more about how AlulaConnect works on an iPad or smartphone when on site. Can you describe it?
Yep, so you're just going to go to AlulaConnect.com on the iPad or on the cell phone, and it's going to scale. So for example, on my cell phone, when I bring up AlulaConnect, instead of seeing everything expanded to the right like you would in a full frame, you're just going to have more to scroll down to, and it'll kind of shrink the view to where you just have a longer strain on that one page. So on the tablet, it's going to probably mimic a little bit more of the website because your tablets are bigger. But on terms of the phones, again, it scales. Even when you're on the dealer portal, if you shrink your web browser and expand it, you'll see how it's going to adjust to the current view that you have in the scale. So
okay.
Any changes that you make on AlulaConnect are instant. So if you're on site with your phone and you're making those changes in the phone, it's going to be instant within the panel.
Got it. Rick is asking, will there be any interruptions on my accounts during the switch from Alarm Dealer to AlulaConnect?
No. So AlulaConnect is live right now. So you can log into either one. There's no lag. There's no interruption. Nothing has changed on that terms.
Okay. Mike Schmidt asks, will this webinar be available afterwards to catch up on what I missed? Yes, Mike, I can answer that one myself. If you go to alula.net, you will find a link to where all of our previous webinars are housed. In fact, I'll go there right now, and I will try to put that link in the comments for you to make it easier. So that's alula.net/resources/webinars. And I am adding it right now to the comments. Anybody can, you can see it now, you can click on it, and you'll find all of our webinars there, as well as this one should be up within a day or two. You can also reach out to me at kevin.hoffman@alula.net, and I can send you a link. Ray has a question. Will alarmdealer.com go dark? A lot of questions about this.
Yep. We have no set date for alarmdealer.com going dark. If and when that day comes, it'll be well advertised and well informed for you guys. But right now, there's still features that we're incorporating into AlulaConnect since it is so new. So Alarm Dealer is still going to stay up and running for quite a while.
That's right. There's no need to worry about alarmdealer.com going dark. We have a long time horizon on that. That said, you will want to jump into AlulaConnect.com as soon as possible because there's a lot of new features. It is the future. It's really going to improve your ability to work remotely as well as work on cell phones and on tablets. So it's a great new portal. We look forward to your feedback about it, and we hope you get a chance to use it and to enjoy it. I don't see any other questions, so I think that's going to bring an end to this webinar. If we missed any, all you have to do is visit www.alula.net. You'll find information there. You can look at the new portal yourself by going to www.AlulaConnect.com. And you can always call us with questions at 1-888-88-ALULA. Kelly, thank you so much for taking the time to go through this. It was a very thorough presentation. You answered a lot of questions, and I'm really looking forward to our customers getting a chance to move into AlulaConnect and see how great it is.
Thank you for having me, and yeah, it's very exciting. So definitely go check it out, start using it, start incorporating it. I think you guys are all going to love it and never want to leave it.
Great, guys. Thanks for attending. See you next time.
Take care.